Welcome back to session 10 on money and alms. The prohibition to work for money was mentioned in passing in chapter 7, line 7. The issue of money is the focus of chapter 8. Likewise, begging alms was briefly mentioned in chapter 7, line 8. It is the focus of chapter 9. Let us examine each in turn. First, chapter 8 begins with two gospel warnings. Luke 12:15 reads, "Watch, beware of all malice and greed." And Luke 21:34 reads, "Guard yourselves against the anxieties of this world and the cares of this life." The earlier rule associates money with greed, malice, anxiety, and worldly care. The first echoes chapter 7, line 13, regarding the brothers' houses. They do not own them. They should not claim or contend for them. Ownership can lead to malice by way of defending things from others. Francis certainly encountered this during the civil war between Perugia and Assisi. The second reference to anxiety and worry echoes the brothers' work and ministry and the role of money within it. Their work is useful, but money is useless. The brothers should seek the former and avoid the latter. Connected back with chapter 7, none of the brothers, wherever they may be or go, should handle money in any way except for the manifest need of the sick brothers. Hence, they cannot carry or receive money for clothing, books, their work, etc. Rather, shifting to the first person plural we, the brothers should consider money as useless as rocks, which is what the coins are, either silver or copper or bronze. Just as the devil seeks out idle brothers who do not work, he also blinds brothers who value money. Note that the devil lurks if the work is not done and if it is done for money. Echoing Matthew 19:27, to desire money is to lose the kingdom of heaven. In effect, the brothers should not risk losing their heavenly reward for useless money. Again, there is a shift to the first person plural we, highlights the gravity of the decisions between things and heaven. Thus, if the brothers find money anywhere, presumably at the places they stay or visit, which connects back to chapter 7, lines 13 through 16, they should consider it as dust, because money is nothing more than the vanity of vanities. Note, money is not any more useful than rocks, so the brother should not give it any more value than dust. So if the brother has money, except to aid the needs of the sick brothers, he is like Judas in John 12:6. Such betrayal of Christ and his fellow brothers requires sincere repentance. Connecting back to chapter 7, lines 1 and 2, the charitable institutions where the brothers may work, they cannot receive or seek to receive or accompany others seeking to receive money in any way for these places or houses. But as already stated, the brothers can work at such places as long as the work is not contrary to their professed life. Yet a similar exception exists. Just as the brothers can use money to help the manifest needs of the sick brothers, they can beg alms for the manifest need of lepers, which presumably means they can beg for money. Note a distinction that applies to both situations. The brothers cannot use money for things, be it clothes or books or places or houses, but they can use money to help those in serious need. The dire needs of people, not the need for things, provide the exception to the prohibition of using money. Yet the brothers must be aware of money, even in this accepted capacity. Like two warnings that open the chapter ends with two warnings. The brothers should beware of money and the filthy profit it can bring. Second, just as chapter 8 associates money with Judas's betrayal, chapter 9 associates the begging of alms with the humility and poverty of Jesus. Like Jesus, the brothers, citing 1 Timothy 6:8, should have nothing in the world except having food and clothing. We are content with these. Note another parallelism between chapters 8 and 9. Chapter 8 ends with filthy profit of the world, and chapter 9 contrasts with having nothing in the world except necessities. Here it becomes clear that the earlier rule perceives money as excess that is beyond one's need. In effect, the excess of some worsens the needs of others. While it might sound too simplistic, money leads to excess that can fuel what people want, which in turn deprives the basic needs of others. Because wealth, the accumulation of things, is not shared. The vision of the earlier rule regarding money is to focus the attention of the brothers on their fundamental needs and the needs of others. Again, people trump things instead of wants trumping needs. Accordingly, the brothers must rejoice when they live among those in need. Chapter 7, lines 13 through 14 talks about the brothers living among others without ownership. But who are these others? They are the marginalized of society, the reviled, the despised, the poor, the powerless, the sick, the diseased, the destitute. In short, they choose to live and work with those in need. So like chapter 7, line 7, when it is necessary, the brothers may go for alms for the poor, that is, for themselves and for their neighbor. Know that the brothers humble themselves to be with those in need. They should not be ashamed because Jesus Christ was not ashamed when he humbled himself to be with those in need. Hence, the brothers are to follow in the footsteps of Christ by following his humanity and poverty in both word and deed. Just as some rejected Jesus, some will reject the brothers' request for alms. Ironically, in their rejection and accompanying rebukes, they receive great honor from Jesus Christ, which directly contrasts with the honorable people who enjoy respect from others but reject and insult the brothers. In the end, their reproach harms their honor before Jesus Christ. Note the legal imagery. The tribunal of Jesus Christ will greatly honor the brothers who receive insults for begging alms, and the real shame or reproach will be upon those who refuse to help those begging alms, because the poor have a legal right to alms which Jesus Christ acquired for them. Jesus' tribunal is on the side of those who beg alms, and for those who receive the alms, because almsgiving brings justice to the poor. Playing on the word inheritance, the things left behind after death will perish, but to give to another while living brings reward. Again, people before things. Thus both the brothers who work to acquire alms and those who give the alms will receive a great reward from the Lord for their charity. One practical need of the brothers is food. The brothers should confidently look to their other brothers to satisfy this basic need. The brothers should love and care for each other as a mother does for her child. That is, just as a mother strives to feed a hungry child, so too do the brothers strive to feed each other. Note, it is God who grants them the grace to ask and the grace to minister. The brother or child who asks for help does so confidently because of God's grace. So too does the brother or mother render the requested aid because of God's grace. That is, the brother in need discerns what to ask for via God's grace, and the ministering brothers discerns how to best help via God's grace. The quote from Romans 14:3 explains the relationship. Let the one who eats not spurn the one who does not eat. Let the one who does not eat judge the one who does. Given the mother-child imagery, the brother who eats should not reject the one who does not, as if a child would reject the mother who feeds him. Nor should the brother who does not eat judge the one who does, as if a mother would scold a child for being hungry. In effect, the brothers' familiarity should make them confident to ask and to minister to each other according to God's grace. Such grace, such confidence, makes the brothers both beggars and benefactors to their fellow brothers. So whenever there is need among the brothers, and wherever they are, they, as already mentioned in chapter 3, line 13, can eat any food placed before them. Matthew 12:4 emphasizes that laws exist to serve the needs of the people. People do not exist to serve the needs of the law. So just as David ate the loaves of the offering that only the priests could lawfully eat, Jesus' disciples could pick grain on the Sabbath to alleviate their hunger. So too can the brothers eat anything to alleviate their need. Although the brothers can eat anything, they should not eat everything. That is, the freedom to eat must not be misused. Hence, Luke 21:34-35 warns, "Be careful that your hearts do not become drowsy from carousing, drunkenness, and the anxieties of daily life, and that the day catches you by surprise, for that day will assault everyone who lives on the face of the earth like a trap." Note chapter 8 begun with the warning from Luke 21:34 to guard yourselves against the anxieties of this world. Here, chapter 9 ends by again citing Luke 21:34 and its warning against being overcome by the anxieties of daily life. Money is a cause of anxiety. Fulfilling basic needs like hunger can also cause anxiety. The same rule applies to both. In times of manifest need, whether involving sick brothers or lepers or hungry brothers, the brothers, via God's grace, discern the situation according to the principle, necessity has no law. In effect, in all situations of obvious need, caring for those in need supersedes certain restrictions. Note the progression. The brothers should usually rely on the grace of each other's love and care to fulfill their needs. But in times of grave need, they can rely on the grace of discernment to determine other means to satisfy their needs, presumably money. Note that in both situations, God provides the brothers the grace of discernment necessary to fulfill their need, whatever it may be.